was the first station to play that.
Yeah, they played Reckless Life from Live Like a Suicide, and it was that was such a great moment. I'm so glad I remember that one. Well, actually, you know how I remember it is, you know that movie, That Thing You Do, Tom Hanks with the band. They had that one single. Okay, well, you know when they're running, they're all in different places, and they're all running to the one place, and then they all get together and they're screaming and dancing. I think that was us.
Wow.
We were like, oh my God, yeah, we're gonna be huge. It was the greatest.
And you had no idea how huge you would become.
Oh yes, we did.
You really did.
You cannot be huge and not know it.
Yeah.
You have to have confidence. You have to believe in yourself. You can never doubt yourself, not for one little bit ever.
Right. Just comes.
And see, the whole drug thing with me when I lost it was, and when I thought about it, like I mentioned, I always wanted to be a musician. I want to travel around the world. I wanted to do lots of drugs and meet a lot of women.
And you did
I did it, but I did the drugs. I was thinking about, and I would go, man, I hate this. But then when I think about it, nowadays I think about it, I go, that's actually what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want it to go that way because I wanted to be like the Rolling Stones. We stayed together, but we still could be if we did do a reunion thing. And that's why I think, and I feel so strongly and would be so happy if the guys would read my book and they'd realize what a special thing we have. There's so many musicians who would kill to be in our spot. Not just to be able to do what we have done, but to be 20 years later, we did a reunion tour. It would be the biggest thing that ever rocked.
But I honestly think that for at least 4 of you guys, that's a possibility. But I it goes back down, and maybe it's just the persona of Axl.
You know the thing with Axl's done a couple goofy things.
Yeah.
And the couple goofy things he's done doesn't even compare to all the most wonderful things he does. But sometimes you get, how do I say the word, that marked. He's like that. He's marked because he's not the only singer who did that who's ever not shown up for a show or shown up late. He's not the only, but he's the biggest one, and the people look up to him the most. And it's just like he's marked, and everybody thinks of the bad things.
Yeah.
I like when he started his Use Your Illusion tour, and he was at the airport. He had to fly with somebody. I guarantee it. He didn't just do it because he's an asshole. He did it because that really must have pissed him off. I mean, and it takes a lot. He's not a loose cannon, and he's no dum-dum. Okay, he's a very intelligent intellectual. He's very smart.
What do you think the chances are?
As long as we're alive, 100%. Why not? I mean, it would be. It's not just. I mean, for me personally, I want to finish where I started with them. I'm sorry about what I did, and I hope we get. We're brothers, and we'll always be brothers. And what do brothers do best? Fight with each other.
And then high five.
Yeah.
5 minutes
Okay.
later.
So so it's been 20 years. It doesn't matter. Today is today. I love them just as much as I do now as I did then. And it's. I want to do it because I want to finish where I started from. Thank God it's not the money. Okay. But I want to do it not just for me to finish where I started, but I want to do it for the fans. Everywhere around the world I go and play. Yeah. They want this so much. I mean, it means so much to them. And that album, Appetite for Destruction, I'm convinced, because I've played everywhere around the world, and in Turkey, okay, everywhere, in every language, they say to me, Appetite for Destruction is the soundtrack to their life. I mean, that's huge. For somebody to say that, can you imagine how touched I am?
Yeah.
But we did go in with that attitude and that confidence that that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the record we wanted to make, and we didn't. Nothing stood in our way, and nobody was going to stand in our way. And it was great we succeeded. But I want to do it for the fans. We owe it to them.
Is that why now your band is playing
I'm doing this because I'm not waiting for those jackasses. I want to have fun. I don't want to sit around. And people love the music. I mean, I'm not playing right now stadiums or I'm gonna play a few festivals.
Play
but
like you are.
it's close, it's intimate, and people love it, and it's a lot of fun. And now that we have our first single, Alive, and we're going to be shooting a video for it in LA next week, we're establishing ourselves as our own band.
Right.
Of course, I'm going to play the GNR songs. I will help write those songs. I get 15% of that. My name is there. I was there. I helped. My influences were there. So I'm going to play them. And shit, Axel's playing them. There's only one of him.
I know. He's kicked it.
Who the hell is in his band? Can you tell me? I don't know one person. I know there's 3 or 4 guys look exactly like Izzy. And nobody will try to look exactly like Izzy. But nobody could be as cool as Izzy.
Yeah.
There's nobody cooler than Izzy. There's Steven Tyler and Izzy Stradlin. And I never got to meet Freddie Mercury. But I'm sure those are the 3 coolest people that ever walked this earth.
Yeah. Absolutely. Have you heard any response from these guys, Slash or anybody?
Slash said he's going to read my book when he's on the bus next week.
Good.
Yeah, he also said he's going to read it. I'm New Zealand. This was 2 weeks ago. I'm in New Zealand. I'm going to read it. Yeah, I heard that too. I'm in Australia. I'm going to read it. And he's reading my book. Oh, I'm going to be on the bus reading it next week. Come on. You're very smart. You're well read. Take an hour, dude. Come on.
Yeah. Have you talked to him?
Yeah, well,
He's pretty good.
It's texting. He's Mr. Texter.
I am too, though.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I'll call him, no answer. I'll text him. He'll get right back to me.
Yeah.
And he's one of those goofballs that's so addicted to the phone that if he doesn't text me back, I know something's going on. Because that thing is screwed, it's welded, and taped on his hand. He plays guitar with his cell phone, okay? So if he don't get back to me, I'm all, for some godforsaken reason, I care how he thinks and feels about me. I want to make him proud of me. I feel like I let him down. He was my best, and it is my best and closest friend.
Yeah, you guys.
And we've done so many great things together. And I just want to, I don't know why it's important to me, but it's important to me.
Well, he's like a brother, though.
He is my brother.
You guys had the dream before anybody else was involved in this thing, too.
Yeah.
So,
that goofball.
Yeah, how does
They're all goofballs. We're all goofballs. How do you get 5 goofballs in one room?
Big personality.
I know if we did. There ain't no personalities. They're just goofballs.
Yeah. So how about the Dr. Drew thing? Are you still
I love him. Yeah, actually, I 2 days before we started this tour, 2 months ago, I went down there, so I just showed up. It was great. I just drove down to be on his love line, Dr. Drew's love line. And the security, we drive up, and the security guard comes walking up, says, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I'm here to see Dr. Drew." I said, "Well, who are you?" I said, "Oh, I'm Steve Mann. I play Guns N' Roses." "Oh man, come on. That could be a bomb, taped to my body. I'm going to blow the man up. Come on." And then I just walked in the studio, and he played a quarter of my new single. It wasn't his fault that they didn't play the whole thing. It was the producer guy. But he's nice. But it was nice to let me in, and we talked a little bit. And then Slash just did his show a couple of nights ago. So I found out, and I texted him, told him, "Tell Dr. Drew I love him, hello, and I'm doing great." And tell him about the book, and he says, "Of course." So, okay. Dr. Drew is like a mentor to me. Doing that show, those shows, and seeing myself high on heroin on film, best thing ever happened to me. Because when you're high, you think you look great. You think you're 10 feet tall, and I saw that, and I was devastated. I was holy shit. So I didn't go for that, but it was the best thing in the world. And everybody who gets to do a show, and I say who gets to, they're very lucky to. Everybody has the same chance. But you see how goofy they act on there. They're uncool. I I put borderline retarded, you know.
Well, it's
I know it's rough, but you, hey, look, listen. I knew I was doing the show, like 2 months before I did the show. And 10 days before we did the show, I called Dr. Drew and I said, Dr. Drew, I want to go in and detox at a real, or not a real, because that is real, at another
private
facility. Not private, that's another facility. Before I start the show. Because I knew that everybody that was going to do the show with me, that on the way to the show was going to be doing the last of their shit. Okay? And so I wanted to have a head start. Because I knew when that camera is on you, people sitting on TV, on their couch, or on their computer, they're seeing everything you're doing. If you notice when I did that show, when people would start acting up, I just stand up and walk away. I want nothing to do with this. You know, and I wanted to help myself. And being on film was very helpful.
You brought drugs into the facility, right? Was that?
No, that was just their sober house. Oh yeah, I brought a syringe, a thing of heroin, and then I hid some heroin. So when I got back, I did a little more. And then they found that, and then they put me in the rehab. Oh, you know, drugs are bad. And bad, when they say bad, bad means bad. Good means good, bad means bad. It's bad.
How are you going to do it now? What's your,
let me do it. How am I going to? I've been doing it.
You are doing it, yeah.
I'm living my life one breath at a time. 1 second at a time, doing what I love to do.
Is it hard being out on the road?
No, it's great. And having, you know, a couple guys in my band, they like they're having a few cocktails, but they're very respectful. You know, they don't do like flaunt it in front of me, and I really don't care. I 5 months, 6 months ago, I relapsed, and that's a part of recovery. Dr. Drew and many other people, you know, told me that, and it's true. As long as you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go forward again. You're all right. Just don't lay there in the dirt. And all you have to do is care about yourself. Just a little. Just show a little effort. And if I put this much effort that I put into getting drugs and doing drugs and getting drugs into something positive. Who's that Trump guy? Yeah. Donald Trump, that asshole be working for me. I'd be telling him, he's fired. You're fired, Trump. I want you out of here. Beat it. Scram. I mean, just 1 little percent.
Yeah. Well, Stephen.
I cheat.
I appreciate you taking this time.
Well, thank you, darling.
It's awesome.
And thank you, guys. Hey, how are you supposed to be working that thing?